What's happening? Rob here, Old City Vapors. Today we got a review on a little device, the newest offering from Dovpo, and it is the Ember. How's that for tiny? Like minuscule, like where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's tiny. Right now I have my favorite dripper still is the Tugboat version 2 on there. Got it set up with a dripper right now, vaping at 45 watts. If you guys can see the screen on that, it's pretty bright. It's extremely bright, which I like because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be when I was a younger lad. And I like to be able to read the screen, at a quick glance. I don't like to be, doing this or pulling out the magnifying glass. This screen's real easy to read, real bright. I can read it outside and sunlight, indoors, anything. It's been really good. Overall, for a mini, tiny device, like I say, whoosh, just disappears in the hand. This has been a really good device. How does it vape? Well, there you go. Vape's really good. We're going to go up close here in a minute and check out the device. But there it is there. That's the bottom shape to it. That view. The back view. And there is the top view. It kind of has a little recessed thing in there in case, anything leaks or whatever. It'll kind of retain it there and keep it from dripping down the side of the device or whatever. It's powered internally by a 1500 milliamp battery. Battery life on this for 1500 milliamp battery, it's been pretty darn good. I mean, obviously if you put something on there that's super low ohm, you're gonna eat up the battery a little bit better. Most of the stuff, I'm around that 0.5 range. I think in my Toro tank, I have the 3 ohm coils in there right now. It's a great little device. Provides a nice vape. Plenty of power. And another thing that's cool about it too, if you can hear it, let's see. Press the button and it starts firing. There's like no ramp time to it or anything like that. Press the button and you're getting vape. And seems to be pretty consistent through the whole life of the battery too. Doesn't start dwindling down really bad until the very end. And obviously if you're getting the sign for a weak battery, it's time to charge it. Really good vape though. I've been pretty impressed with this device so far for sure. And like the main thing, that I use it for is if I'm just out cruising somewhere and I don't want a big brick in my pocket or something like that, or if I'm walking around downtown here or something like that, and I don't want a heavy device in my pocket with 2-3 batteries, whatever. I throw this in my pocket and I'm out the door. I don't even know it's there. I mean, it's so tiny, it's so light, and really convenient. Do I have? Yeah, look at this. It's in my top pocket with a dripper on it. Really cool device. I've been really happy with it. So let's go up close and take a look at it. And I'll give you some more specs on it and stuff like that. Here we go. There it is, the Ember by Dovpo. This is the up closey on it. You can see it's boom. There it is. It's a small little device for sure. It's available in black with red accent or red with black accent, just the opposite of this. This one's obviously black with the red accent. See the fire button right there? A lot of people hold this. Well, I hold it myself like that and just hit it with my thumb. You can also hold it with the curvature in your hand. Like, I think that's the way it's supposed to be held, and trigger it like that. Um, I don't know. For me, it's comfortable. It just fits like that. You can see on the top right there, it's a 510 connection, threaded really nicely. It's a 510 spring connection. So everything that I've put on it seems to fit properly and make contact really good. I believe it's just a stainless steel pen in there. But yeah, like I say, it's available in those colors. It's a 50-watt device. It does temp control. Does Ni200 titanium and 316L stainless steel atomizers, coils, whatever. Minimum firing resistance is 0.1 ohms for both temp control and wattage. The finish on it is it's like a kind of a rubberized type paint finish. For me, it's been holding up really well. I've been using this now for several weeks, and I mean, there's a couple little marks on there, but those will come off. But I mean, the finish and the fit and everything on this device is really nice. I haven't had any issues with the finish wearing off or anything. I mean, if anything, there may be a couple little tiny nicks or scuffs or something, on the bottom from just setting it on things. But overall, I mean, I don't baby any of my devices at all, and this has been holding up really well. As far as measurements go, 62 millimeters tall, 23 millimeters wide. So, like I say, I mean, it's comparing it to, say, an eVic Mini. Look at that. It's like a huge bit of difference there. A lot of times I'll use this at home if I'm just sitting around. My favorite dripper is still the tugboat. There it is with a tugboat on it. Again, size comparison. Quite the big difference there in size. Even with a dripper on it, it disappears in your hand. And the screen on it, I don't know if you can see that because it is extremely bright. Vaping it at 45 watts right now. And what do I have? 0.44 ohm dual coil in there, just regular Canthal. It's hitting at 4.42 volts right now, and working great. So yeah, it's a good device. This device, it's internally powered, has your little charging port right there. It's an internal tabbed lithium ion battery, and it's a 1500 milliamp battery. And as far as changing the screen on it, as far as the menu, I should say, it's so small. Like I say, I don't know if you can see, but just press the minus and the fire button. That gets you into your different settings and stuff right there. Real easy to navigate through all that stuff. To put it in temp control and all of that. Just a pretty cool device. A lot of times when I use this device, if I'm going out driving, got to run to the store, whatever, and I don't want to deal with my dripper. I'm still a dripper at heart. I'll throw this tank on there. This is the Goosig Toro tank, and got my favorite homemade liquid in there at the moment. But even with a tank on there, I mean, it's like, it's tiny. It just kind of disappears, you know. So there you go. The Dovpo Ember, up close and personal. Here's a good comparison right here. This is the Crown 2 tank. There you go. It's basically as big as a Crown 2 tank. You know, obviously a little bit wider, but definitely a small little device without a doubt, and a really good device. 45 watts with the Crown 2. Whatever I put on this thing, it just works good. I've been really happy with this. Really extremely happy with this little device. So there you go. A little bit of the Dovpo Ember mini device. So there you go. The Dovpo Ember. Kind of gave you the little up close on it there. Like I say, this device has been a winner in my book. Do I give it the thumbs up, thumbs down? It gets the 2 thumbs up from me. You know, a couple other little specs on it. Like I say, working with this device, I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. You can vape anything from 0.1 to 3 ohms on it. It does have overtime vaping warning. It has overheat protection. It's got, you know, several different safety features like that on it. What else? 5 to 50 watts. Pros and cons. Start with the cons. Don't really have much bad to say about this device. If I was going to give it a thumbs down on anything, the charging port, it's right there. I like that it's on the front because that means when you plug something into it, boom, it can sit flat like that and charge. Doesn't, you know, have a charge port on the bottom or something, you know, kind of wonky. I don't know if you can see this or not because of the screen brightness. If you get to vape it while it's charging, you get the charging no output warning on there. So if I was to give it any sort of downside, it would only be that you can't vape it while you're charging it. That's not really that big a deal. To get a full charge on it doesn't really take that long. So as far as that, I don't really have any other issues with it on the negative side. The buttons, the fire button, nice little clicky tactile, you know, plus and the minus up here. For me, I don't have a problem with it. It's real easy. It's kind of on a little incline, little angled part right there. It's right up from the fire button, so you know you're not going to be hitting it while you're vaping. You want to change something, it's right there on the top. Works good for me. You can see it has a little Dovpo logo kind of engraved right there. Yeah, as far as negativities, I don't really have any other than that, you know, nitpicky thing about you can't vape it while you're charging it. On the upside, the pluses, the pros, for a micro device, I mean, it's small, it's tiny. Like I say, without a topper on it, I mean, it's like, phew, it's gone. Depending on what you put on top of it. Like I say, here again, this is with the Crown 2 tank on it, which is, pretty substantial sized little tank. There you go. The tank is actually as big as the actual device itself. So depending on what you want to put on it, you can make it tiny, medium sized, or a little bit bigger. And even when it's in big size, it's still pretty darn small. That's with a dripper on it again. Like I say, whatever I've put on it has worked great. So pros: small, tiny. If you want a tiny device that just disappears in your pocket, you don't even really know it's there. It's a great device. Battery life again is for a 1500 milliamp battery. It's pretty impressive, especially for a device that is as small as it is. You're not gonna vape on it all day long without recharging it. That's a given. But for what it is, for how small it is, if you're just gonna cruise downtown, go to the store, the mall, whatever, and you're gonna be driving there, and you got to do some stuff, whatever, 2-3 hours easily with this device, no problem. So there you go. Do I like it? Yeah. Would I recommend it? Yeah. How much is it? From just doing a quick Google search, I've seen it right around that $50 range with a starter kit with a tank on it. Alone, the device I think runs about 39 bucks. I'm not 100% sure on that. That's just a quick Google search for pricing. Um, would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely. Dovpo sent this to me for a review. Would I buy the device? Yeah, I would. If you're looking for a small device that you just want something tiny with a good battery life, really convenient, this thing's cool. I would definitely um, purchase one of these. If I saw one in the store and I got to try it out, I would definitely purchase one. So there you go. There you have it. Quick little rundown on the Dovpo Ember, the newest addition to the Dovpo line of devices, which have been pretty cool in the ones that I've used. There you go. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.